take it off. My eyes are bloodshot, the window frames the smoke signals from your cigarette.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pixxie's Patter. You're here with your boy Pixxie, and today we've just got a little catch-up vape log thing for you. So first, let me tell you what I'm going to be doing in the next coming weeks. I've got a shit ton of e-juice that I'm going to be reviewing for you this month. I'll be doing stuff from Perino London. I'll be doing stuff from Craft Vapes, the Max VG line. I'll also be doing the Happy Buddah range that I got from Tony at Vapes. I'll also be reviewing a couple of RDAs for you this month, including the Royal Hunter by Conspiracy. I'm going to try and get round to editing the video that I done a couple of weeks ago of the Dot Mod clones. I'll also be doing a few mech mods this month, including the Simple mod and the Praxis mods. Things that I've been enjoying this month are the Snubnose RDA. There's a video in the video archive for you to check out. It is such a good addy, you need to check that thing out. And I've also really been enjoying Snooker Loopy, a new juice from the Yorkshire Vaper. There'll be a review of that up very soon. Also still loving the Snow Wolf. Unfortunately the threads have stripped in mine, so I'm going to have to get myself another one. But who knows, I might get my hands on a DNA 200 mod in the meantime. So if you've been watching the videos this month, you'll notice that there is no background music in the videos. Now, I've been having a lot of issues with this on YouTube because I've been getting done for copyright infringement. Basically what I've been doing is I've been looking for non-copyrighted material to chuck in the background, but every now and again something's popping up and YouTube's making me take the video down or the sound down. So anybody musicians out there that are watching the channel that have got some non-copyright material that they'd like to send on to me to put in the background of the videos, please feel free to hit me up in the email that's in the description, and I'll see what I can do if I can get some of that music in the background of these videos. The music in the background of this video is a band called Lady Fortune from Telford. Really good boys, I've known these guys for years. Please check them out, there'll be a link in the description to their Facebook page and their Spotify. So earlier on in the month, I was lucky enough to get a little bit of time off work and travel down south to the Midlands to hit up the VAPER EXPO at the Birmingham NEC. Unfortunately, I managed to get myself food poisoning and a hefty hangover the night before, so instead of turning up at 10 o'clock in the morning to get to the VAPER EXPO, I turned up at 2 o'clock. This meant that I missed out on meeting a lot of you guys, which is the one thing that I was going down there for, which is a shame. However, I did manage to catch up with Dale Wilkinson from the Yorkshire Vaper, Big Tom from the Vaping Crew, Pixel Vape from Vape Talk UK, that girl Zoe Clark off Instagram, and that lovely big fella Eddie. Unfortunately, because I was so ill, I wasn't very active at the VAPER EXPO, but here's a couple of pictures. So catching up with Dale, he gave me one of these nice t-shirts, the You've Got Dale Mail t-shirt. As you've seen in them pictures, we were all wearing those t-shirts that day just to support Yorkshire Vaper, a great British company that is putting out some phenomenal e-juices. Now, Dale didn't have a stand at the VAPER EXPO, however he did give away, I think, either 70 bottles a day or 70 bottles across the 2 days of his brand new juice, Snooker Loopy, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's a delicious cereal vape. Now, I think that's pretty generous from a guy that didn't have a stall at VAPER EXPO and was just there on leisure. So I want to say big thanks to Dale for giving me one of those bottles of Snooker Loopy. It was that good that I managed to rattle the whole 15ml and had to buy myself one of the 100ml bottles. Now, even though I was in low spirits because I was so ill at the VAPER EXPO, I'd just like to say a big well done to the guys that put VAPER EXPO together, because it was a great event, and I know that a lot of people got to network and meet each other through the VAPER EXPO, which I think is always a great thing for the vaping community. One thing that is unfortunate though is that Cutwood's Hexomes got stole from their stand, and I believe a couple of the people that were there just to enjoy the expo happened to get some stuff stolen out of their bags, and I think that's just bullshit. Stealing is wrong. Did your mama never teach you that? This leads on to my next point, which is that Big Tom from Big Tom and the Vaping Crew on Saturday of last week released a video having a rant about the community and about CLP Compliancy and about Article 20. Now, Big Tom released that rant on a Saturday. We all know that Big Tom doesn't release rants any other day than Wednesday, but he had a point this week. There is a lot of stealing going on in the community, and that's only because the community is now starting to take off and more people are joining it. Everybody wants free shit. We've all got to invest in the industry and support each other, and people need to stop stealing shit. Stop stealing juice, stop stealing other people's mods, because it is just bullshit. He's got a point, it is absolute bullshit. When you've got so many companies giving out free stuff and putting stuff at ridiculous prices, you've got vendors days on the forums, which means that usually the last Sunday of each month certain vendors are doing like 25% discounts. Use those days to your advantage if you're short of cash and you just want some juice, or if you're wanting new mods or new devices. Don't go taking it from someone else who's put the hard-earned cash into the industry to support the industry and help it grow. One of Big Tom's points was CLP Compliancy. Now, CLP Compliancy is something that is across the board in Britain just now, and it is not just on vaping gear, it's on any sort of bottles that contain medicines, etc. CLP Compliancy is not a big ask. All it is that you've got to have certain warnings on there. The symbols have to be clear and they have to be upright. Certain chemicals or ingredients, etc. have to be in red, and certain warnings have to be in certain colours. All the writing has to be horizontal on the bottles when they're stood up, how they would be sold. And I don't think that's a big ask. If you're a juice distributor or manufacturer, this is your business, this is your livelihood. How much is it to ask that you change your labels just to make sure that you are following the law and selling your juice professionally, rather than just chucking any old shit on a bottle? There should be no handwriting on there. If you want to be a professional business, there shouldn't be anything handwritten on there anyway. It should all be prim and proper and pristine. I'll have a link in the description below to where you can research CLP Compliancy if you're a new juice distributor or manufacturer. But this is one thing that everybody needs to get on board with. We need to make sure that this industry does not just look like a slapdash industry. We need to make sure that it looks professional and that we are doing everything we can do to make it as professional as possible. The reason we need to do this is because the European Union have drafted up a legislation called the Tobacco Product Directive. What the European Union is trying to do is make sure that all of vape related stuff falls into the Tobacco Product Directive. Now, you and I both know that we aren't smoking tobacco unless it's a tobacco flavoured juice, and yes, it is bullshit that this is falling into this bracket under laws and legislations. However, it's something that the EU have put in place. There's certain countries that are already following the TPD to a certain extent. And yes, a lot of us really do not agree with all of the points that they've put in the TPD, but this is where you come in. Each country in the EU gets the choice to decide what rules they follow from the TPD. However, it's up to that country to decide which rules they follow. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is hit up the link in the description, which takes you to a petition page done by Totally Wicked, which is to say no to Article 20 of the TPD. If it is the least you do, at least you're trying to do something to keep the vape scene alive. Some of the legislation that they're trying to put in is that we are not allowed to have any tanks bigger than 2 mil, and the tanks have got to be filled from the top and they've got to be sealed. Now that's going to mean goodbye to drippers, which is what 90% of us hobbyist vapors are vaping on. It also means that you can't buy juice in any bigger quantities than 10 mil. Now these are the two things that scare me the most. I don't want to be going back to a CE4, because if it is, I'm just probably not going to do it at all. But there is some things that we can do. We have 1 month up until September to contact the government and say what we don't want in place and why we don't want it in place, etc. Now this is part of the consultation for the TPD. Basically what they're doing is they're giving us a month to come up with all our reasons of why we don't want certain legislations put in place, and there'll be a link in the description below for you to check that out and see what you can do about it. There'll also be a link in the description for the Grumpy Vaper. That is going to be a great resource for anybody that wants to try and do something to battle against the TPD, because this guy seems to know exactly what's going on, and he has certain ideas on what we can do to try and help fight it. I need to drum into your head how big an effect the TPD can make to us in May of 2016. Yes, we'll have our year's grace to cool down the industry, but you don't want to be going to these new rules of 2 mil devices. You're not going to get the same satisfaction you do from these highly regulated box mods with your drippers, etc. I don't know a lot about government, I don't know a lot about politics, and I don't know exactly what we can do, but what I do know is that we need to do as much as we can to try and battle against this. There's not much more I can say on that, and I don't want to keep this vlog very negative, so just have a look through the description and see what you can do. Have a look through, at least read, let everybody you know about the petition to fight against Article 20. Please try and get as many people to sign it as you can, because it is going to destroy the industry, and so many people are going to lose so many jobs. The little companies are not going to be able to handle it. They're not going to be able to handle the price of getting their juices tested. They're just not going to be able to handle being a company under these new legislation. Now the channel is a ball hair away from 400 subscribers, and that's one thing I want to say thank you so much for. I didn't think after such little time, it's been about 3 months now, that I would have so many people following and watching the videos, liking, subscribing and commenting. So thank you very much. It really does put a smile on my face. It's hard work trying to do my day job and then trying to do this on my days off, but every subscription and every like and every comment makes it that massive amount more worth it. So thank you very much. In next month's vape vlog, I plan on doing a bit of a giveaway for you guys, just to say thank you for everybody that subscribed and liked and commented over the past couple of months. So I'm now away to do some more reviews, get them edited and get them up online, so thanks for watching. As always, there will be links in the description to my Instagram, there'll be a link in the description to my Facebook account, and there'll be a link in the description to my Twitter account. As always, you've been watching Pixxie Puffs with your boy Pixxie. Now you see me. No you don't.